Hello and welcome to the coverage of the 2019 Tuner's Edge GTR Challenge and Drag Battle. Now, it's been 10 years since we started thrashing Cootamundra Airport's runway, and a lot has changed since then. Times have tumbled and records broken every year since we started, and also the coverage has expanded every year until in 2017 we had a dedicated DVD for GTR Challenge and a dedicated one for Drag Battle. And then in 2018, the big change is that we made all of our coverage free on YouTube. Now, our channel has reached over 100,000 subscribers since then, but we still need your help to make sure this event grows and gets seen by as many people around the world as possible. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe now, and also share it on social media so all of your friends can see it as well. Now, another big change for 2019 is the way that we release the results. Now, last year, you didn't see the results for each car until their category video was released, and it took about 3 months to get everything out. Well, this year, we're going to do an overview feature on the GTR Challenge, on Drag Battle, as well as the Shootout and Ultimate Streetcar, so you can get all of the results and all the records straight away. And then we're going to release the individual features on all of the cars so you can take a closer look at your favourites. So let's get on with it and take a look at what happened in the 2019 Tuner's Edge GTR Challenge. Now in its 11th running, the Tuner's Edge GTR Challenge brings Australia's toughest GTR street cars out to play on a real street surface. New for this year was the adoption of the same rules, regulations and categories as GTR Festival that hopefully will become a global set of rules and regs for Skyline GTRs. The 3 categories allowed at Cootamundra are Pro Street and True Street for the B&R Series Skylines, and there is an R35 category. Pro Street is where the quickest Skyline GTR street cars come to play, including the world's quickest Skyline GTR and quickest street GTR, Jun 2, which ran a 692 at 203 miles per hour only weeks before this year's event. Rob was joined by Dom Rigoli in the TRP GTR, which had just undergone an overhaul to convert it from outlaw drag car to Pro Street. The True Street category basically has the same rules as the traditional Cootamundra street car rules, and is stricter on streetcar items. It has subcategories for auto and manual in both 2.6 and 3 litre blocks. There is now an R35 category at the event, although the 3 subcategories are combined at Cootamundra until the ranks of quick R35s at the event grows. After some of the usual breakages in the week leading up to the event, this year saw 2 Pro Street GTRs, 16 True Street GTRs and 2 R35 GTRs with cars from New South Wales, Tasmania, ACT, Victoria and South Australia. Leading up to the event, the talk of the town was that we would see R35s into the 8s and start to dominate at Cootamundra. CRD brought along Chris Skinner's mental 1,000+ horsepower R35, sporting a fresh Motec setup, but some electrical gremlins put him out on Friday, and he only got in a low boost run on Saturday. The Cootamundra curse in full effect. After a year off, Precision Automotive Racing were back in force with Mark Seguna's 1,200+ wheel horsepower GTR that has gone 8.4 and mid-160s at the track and Lance's even more insane R35, sporting nearly 1,600 wheel horsepower that went 8-1 at 179 miles per hour the night before the event. Both legit street cars with no cage and still with aircon that drove to the event. Mark's R35 ran a 9.4, then 3 9.3s back to back. With a more drag-orientated ride height and suspension setup, it could go quicker, but his times and mile an hour were enough to win the TurboSmart Ultimate Street Car Competition, which will be showcased in another video feature. There was big expectations of Lance's R35 and it didn't disappoint. After running a 9 flat on his first run to test out the surface, on his second run he became the first 8-second R35 at Cootamundra.
Awesome, mate. Awesome. Oh, awesome. Can't believe it. I'll fix the launch up and we'll keep going deeper in the 8s, man.
With the track looking grippier in the afternoon, Lance went out again but bogged the start before coming home strong with 177.17 miles per hour. That was enough to pip King 32's mile per hour by 0.01 to become the second fastest car ever at Cootamundra. On the next run, he beat his PB again and moved up the GTR leaderboard at Cootamundra.
$8,779.
I think the aircon was on.
Oh, is that the excuse?
Yeah.
Maybe the seat warmers, yeah.
And the seat warmers.
Yeah. Right.
No.
Okay. Other excuses?
True Street saw a great assortment of workshops, cars and setups, and some great rivalries. If there was an award for the best looking GTR at Cootamundra, Brett's Reaper R34 from Dartone Racing would certainly be in the running. He bucked the drag radial trend and turned up on normal road tyres with the goal of running a 9-second pass on the same setup that he drives around on.
Just run a 9, even 9.99.
Well, guess what, mate? You're already there, 9.9. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy, finally.
Another car from Dartone Racing was David Anton's R32, now sporting a new Garrett G42 turbo setup and more power. Arthur, owner of event sponsor Tuner's Edge, finished getting his R32 ready just in time and came off the dyno with over 1,000 wheel horsepower in the JMA Automotive prepped Godzilla. The power and torque of the Nitto 3.2 stroker proved a little too much and he had issues with broken shafts, but still managed a 9.8 on his first pass and a 9.7 on his second pass. Impressive stuff. Cootamundra manual GTR record holder Anthony Sard returned to go quicker in War GTR, but the Cootamundra curse kicked in and he had a transfer case fail. it was still great to watch as it banged out mid-nines.
That's for sure.
He's been baptised in Wargetter.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this ride for a year.
What do you reckon?
That was fun.
Bit different to the street?
Yeah.
His teammate from CID was also having trouble sorting out a whole new setup. Bo sold his R32 to his brother Chase, but they were sharing the driving duties, and once it was sorted, banged out a 9.3 second pass pretty easily, showing potential to go much quicker once dialed in and turned up. They were the quickest True Street 3-litre block manual. One of the fiercest battles amongst GTRs was the True Street 2.6 block manual category. Justin's recently completed R32 from Birong Automotive and Mark Peters' R32 from Just Engine Management, which used to belong to Matthew Davis from AES Mufflers. Both sport 2.8-litre stroker motors and both have 6-speed sequentials. Justin a Samsonus and Mark a PPG. Both cars had banked a 9.5 by their second run, and the race was on to beat Daniel Desano's record of 9.334. In the end, it would be Mark that took the record on his 4th run on Friday and remained the quickest.
I did 9.296 at 157.
How you feeling, mate? That's a record.
Pretty good about that. It's pretty good for first
Is
time
there
out
more
here.
left in the tank?
I think there's a little bit more, not much, but yeah, I think there's a little bit more.
The True Street 3-litre block autos dominated the top of the time boards. Ben from event sponsor Import Parts and Mechanical finished his R32 late on Friday night, missing day one, but they had the car up to speed by lunchtime.
It's been awesome, man. This is our 3rd run, and yeah, it's gone pretty well. So, you know, just keep turning up from here.
Long-time competitor Edgar from Just Engine Management returned with his car sporting an auto and smashed out a 9.1 on only his 2nd pass. He went to go again and hunt for the 8s, but an electrical issue meant he got out of it, and when he started the car again, a nitrous backfire occurred, putting him out after it destroyed his intercooler. The most beautiful man in drag racing, Peter Wolf, returned this year with his new R32 GTR, nicknamed Fred. The combo came straight out of his old R33 GDST, and the times tumbled from low 11s to low 9s.
I think I only went like an 11.5 or something with 1,000 horsepower rear-wheel drive in Cootamundra, and I just went 9.2 in a GDR. So, GDSTs now.
The first of our 8-second GTRs was Anthony's R32 326 GTR from Renew Automotive. With some more time to set the car up since last year, they joined the 8-second club on the first day.
We wanted to run 8s in this car.
And what'd you do?
8, 9. 8, 9, where is it? 891, 163.
How you feeling?
Loving it, loving it.
And the top of the food chain for True Street GTRs was MSM RH7 from Motorsports Mechanical. They went quicker every run as they dialed the car in before running an 8.9 in the afternoon and then an 8.765.
Vic, you're in there in the 8th, bro. In the 8th with another one.
Mate, this car's killed me this morning. But we're there. Now let's go turn it up and get this car in the 870s, 860 zones, eh?
This time made them the quickest True Street GTR at the event and also the new record holder for True Street.
Our target time this weekend is just to get #1 outright, but that's a very difficult feat. Anyway, whatever it does, we're happy as long as we beat the record and have fun.
The big question for the 2019 Tuner's Edge GTR Challenge was, could the outright record be broken? Robert Margin had the first record in 2009, but hasn't held it again since he lost it in 2012. He's come runner-up the last few years and was hungry to reclaim his throne at Cootamundra. Dom Rigoli would also rise to the challenge with RB King, the car only finishing its overhaul from drag car back to street car the night before the event, and they missed day one. Their first couple of runs were test passes to start setting the car up to suit Cootamundra. The car clearly had the power to do the job, but a small problem with the trans brake put them out of contention early. Although he is the quickest Skyline GTR and Street GTR in the world, running 692 at the track, Rob didn't have it easy at Cootamundra. Changing track conditions meant power was pulled in and out of the car trying to get it right. By the end of day one, they had taken their PB from last year of 8.6 down to 8.4. Less than a tenth off the record, but not quite there.
The biggest thing we have to do is just try and take the power out and make it work. Yeah, like we're just baking the tyres. So the first pass was just rubbish. Second pass, we took too much out. Now we're slowly feeding it back in. Look, harnessing the power here is not easy. So it's just a matter of making it work in relation to what the track's doing, all the bumps, all the rocks, the takeoff, the 60 foot. You know, the top end's there, but you know, if you can't make it work down like in the first half of the track, then it's not going to happen.
Come day two, the boys chipped away at their PB on their first run with an 8.427. The second run, the timing gear had its only malfunction of the weekend. Was it a record run? Well, the in-car footage said it may have been. Rob didn't let it get to him and came out again, running another 8.4. Once again, so close, yet so far. The CRD team then used the lunch break to make some final small tweaks and went out to try again.
Yeah, number one, boys. Number one.
Oh, yeah.
Rob had finally done it, broken his Cooter curse and taken back the #1 spot by a tenth and a half. He now holds the holy trinity of GTR records: quickest Skyline GTR, quickest Street GTR, and the GTR Challenge record at Cootamundra. Well, there you have it, an epic Tuner's Edge GTR Challenge for 2019. Robert Margin is back in the #1 spot after 8 years of trying, and we saw a few other records broken. Now, our next coverage is going to be the Tuner's Edge Drag Battle and then the Turbo Smart Ultimate Street Car before we follow up with our features on the individual cars and categories as well. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do now. Don't forget, you can also buy event merchandise such as this GTR Challenge t-shirt, Drag Battle t-shirt, and our new GTR caps as well. So check those out on the link below, and we'll see you next time.
Favourite mod about the car to get it here is
found a brake pad on the road.
Well, that didn't cause the oil down. But I don't think you want, I think you probably needs that. What else do you, oh wow, yeah.
I'm just gonna go make sure that this is
That's the sump.
plug.
Yeah, the plug for the sump.
Sump, bearing cap.
Oh, it's big.
Holy crap.
This has blown that big.
She's gone. This was the handful that I picked up. The other boys all had handfuls as well.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, this is perfect saying when he said, send it.
Yeah.
He sent it.
Yeah, stick cars down.
Is that the actual runway? Did he just land? He just landed. Oh my god.
Really?
And touch and go.
Is that
That was a great day racing the first day here at Cootamundra. We saw a few records go down. I don't remember what they are. God damn it. Matt from Speed Hunters, you have 5 seconds to tell me your favorite car here. One,
Favorite car is probably Lance's R35.
Ah,
Fat
there you
and
go.
meaty. I'm typically not a massive fan of the R35s, but throw some drag radials on them and it brings out a lot of lines that you normally miss. Looks pretty tough.
Nice choice, typical of an Australian.
Hey man, I'm
No,
not
it's
an
badass.
R35 fanboy, but
First 8-second 35 at Cootamundra.
and it did it easily too.
How good's that?
Need some help here?
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, that's exactly how that was supposed to go.
Chop, chop. He's got the hazards.
Yeah! New record!